Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Hamza, and in this video, well, this live really, I plan on talking about a couple of things, and I wanted to talk about my portfolio, which I'm going to defend as I do every Sunday. And I also wanted to talk about the poll that I posted earlier, which I got a lot of feedback on, and I really want to discuss it with you guys. So really quickly before hold on, let me just mute this mic over here just to make sure things are looking good. And I guess I'm just gonna have to wait for a couple of viewers to log in. I know this was a very impromptu live, and I promise you guys that I do plan on hosting more organized lives starting next Sunday. Actually, I am gonna be on another YouTube channel next Sunday talking about a couple of things. But in the meantime, first things first, it is Sunday. Tomorrow is a new week. I wanted the first thing you guys to see to be the portfolio. And the portfolio is back to $165,000. So I'm actually going to go back 1 month. I'm not going to do the all time, but I am going to show you guys 1 month right now and what we are looking like for the past 30 days. So in the past 30 days, we've made a 20% return. However, 165,000 is actually not the highest that we have been. It's not our all-time high. So the last 2 weeks, the last couple of weeks were choppy. Guys, if you guys can hear me clearly, just put something in the comments so that I know you guys are here. And if you guys are followers of the channel, we are going to be discussing a couple of things that are private to the followers. Okay, so in the meantime, let me get this thing shut really quickly. We don't want our emails to get exposed here. Not that I mind. I mean, I don't really have much to hide. I am showing you my entire portfolio. So at the highest, okay, let's just talk about this for a second. So at the highest, before we talk about the highs, let's talk about the lows. So we started off the month, January 21st, which we are almost at, January 21st at $136,000. Then from 136, we hit 150. I believe we did hit 150 fairly quickly, and we were really excited. We were really excited together, all of us, that we made that kind of money, that kind of income. And then from 140,000, we hit 158. From 158, we very quickly hit $175,000. So we did hit $175,000. That was our all-time high in this portfolio. Now, after the $175,000 or $174,000 and change, I do want to show you guys what happened next. So, it's funny because Feb 16th, which is not too long ago, it's just a few days ago, when I saw this, I wanted to literally hit the button that says exit market. I literally felt like the portfolio had just made way too much money in a very short amount of time. Because, I mean, look at this. Feb 16th, we were at 175. Feb 7th, we were at 157. I literally felt like it was too much money. It was too fast. And so I had to do something about that. And of course, I did not. I'm just going to zoom in the camera a little bit so I can sit a little more comfortably. But then, of course, you guys saw that we took a hit. We went to 165, cup and handle for those of you guys who are looking at technicals, and hit 157 at the bottom. In fact, I think we went a little lower, but we can't see that on the 1 month. But if we hit the dailies, you will notice that we did go a little lower. And then from there, we are back at 165,300. Now, there is a reason we are back, okay? And the reason is not the stocks. So although I love the stocks that I own and I am going to defend them in this video, that is not the reason that we reached $165,000. So the way up has been a completely different reason than what was the way down. The way down was because the stocks actually dropped in value, right? The reason we are back up, can you guys tell me if in the comment what you think the reason we went back up? And I'm just gonna wait for a couple of seconds and see if you guys can figure out what is the reason that this weekend this portfolio hit up $165,000. And then for those of you guys who are watching me, of course, you should be able to answer this fairly quickly. So let me know what you guys think and why this portfolio hit $165,000 over this weekend. What's up, guys? What's up? Appreciate you guys too. I really love everybody and all the supporters. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to cover the portfolio. Since today I'm not doing a video because the markets are closed, I am going to do this live and talk to you guys about a couple of things. Yes, Dr. K, you are right. Bitcoin and crypto is the correct answer. Murray, you are also correct. Crypto went up, which is why this portfolio is at $165,000. And the reason I'm bringing this point up is it would be very easy for me to tell you guys, oh yeah, you know what? The whole market is down, I'm up on my stocks, but then that would be a complete lie. And then, that's something we don't want to do on the channel. And for those of you guys who have been following me every day, you will be able to call me out fairly quickly. So I do want to make sure that I am disclosing as much information as I can to you guys, so that you guys understand that this is the market, and this is kind of what happens in the market when you invest. So my stocks are still down. The crypto is kind of what hedged my hedge, I guess, against the market. And it's interesting because I think crypto is a hedge against many things. I really believe that crypto is going to be going up in value this year. But that's a topic that we can talk about another day. By the way, if you guys have any ticker symbols that you want me to talk about, just post them in the chat and I will discuss those ticker symbols with you guys. I know that there's a lot of people talking about DNN this week and how it's supposed to blow up, or PLTR and how PLTR is supposed to go over $29 this week, and also CCIV. CCIV and Lucid's merger just got announced very recently, and over the weekend actually, and they are going to be, it seems like Lucid is going to be going public via the CCIV SPAC. So there's a couple of things that we need to look into in those documents, and we will be discussing those if you guys want. If you guys don't, then we can just quickly go over my portfolio and my game plan for tomorrow. Can you check out ACIC? Okay, so ACIC actually what I did consider for this portfolio not too long ago, and I decided not to invest in it. But I will check it out right now. Let's take a look at volume, pricing, all of that, and we will get more detail on ACIC. Clove, as you guys can see, is the first option that I have. I have this option until December 17th of this year. Now, Clove is very interesting just because Holicity, by the way, is amazing. SOS is also amazing, but if you want to invest in the crypto space, there is one undervalued company that I do not want to disclose right now, but I am going to be investing in tomorrow. And if you guys are members, you will be alerted on my investment into that company. Anyways, okay, so Clove, negative. I am now, in the beginning when Chamath came back and spoke, when the SEC investigation had initially happened against Clove, I was not worried. I'm a true believer in Chamath. I really admire the way he thinks and the way he acts as well. But the concern I had after that is that the stock did decline, and now I'm a little bit concerned about Clove. And I don't know what the future of this company is going to be. Just because I don't have enough information. It's not that I don't believe in the company. I do believe in the company. I believe in every company that I invest in. Every company, by the way, that you guys are going to see in my portfolio over here is a company that I believe in. So I'm not a meme investor. I don't invest based on hype. I only invest, and these are all long-term investments. So I have to kind of mix fundamentals, but also the company's vision together in order for me to get a better picture, better understanding on what I'm investing in. So I really do believe in Clove still. I am going to hang on to this till these options expire or until I can make a decent profit. Apple, I'm really hurting on Apple. I'm really disappointed actually with Apple for dropping this much. Apple is almost like, in my mind, is the US dollar of stocks, I feel like it is. I feel like Apple is, where you would go to preserve your money, to keep it safe. It's almost like its own ETF. It is a little volatile, which is good. We like a little bit of volatility. But at the second bottom, so if I go back here on my 1 week chart, this is where I invested in Apple because I really thought that we were 1 week. Okay, let me go to the 1 month and see if I can give you guys a better picture. Okay, so this right here, the second dip, is where I invested in Apple. I thought, okay, you know what? I think this is it. This is the bottom. It's impossible to time a bottom or a pullback, guys. So I bought Apple right here at this top because I thought, you know what? This looks like a good resistance. I had my charts, Fibonacci and whatnot. Anyways, Apple did continue to drop further, and in fact Apple is a big contributor for me to go below that $170,000 mark. As you guys can see, I'm losing $3,800 in Apple. So you know, that's something that I guess I didn't time it right. And now I could do one of two things: either just wait it out or buy puts. I could have bought puts at the time, short-term puts, which I think would have been smart. I also can now buy some more calls to average down my cost on these Apple calls, because they are 1 year, so I'm not too worried about them at the moment, right? Okay. DraftKings, I'm not worried about at all. I know that the company is going to do really well, especially with the recovery and the COVID stuff ending. I think we should be okay with DraftKings. Fubo as well, I'm not too worried about. GM, now the reason I invested in GM, now I believe in the company, but the reason I truly invested in VGAC, by the way, great investment. Hold on to it, Lady Lena. In fact, I'm going to go over VGAC, so stay tuned. I do want to show you what VGAC looks like in my portfolio, and I want to also give you my personal plan of action on VGAC. So there's a couple of stocks that I did have in this portfolio, and I sold in order to get this buying power, because my buying power was extremely low because the market did dip. I am going to probably end up buying all of those stocks as we recover and we get in the green. So that's something that I do plan on doing. I just needed more cash because I feel like there was better opportunity in the market. Okay, so GM, let's talk about GM for a second. So GM has their electric line coming out. The GM Chevy Volt is already out. We have the Hummer coming out as well, which is a big deal. And the reason that I bought GM over Ford is that I thought Ford had the run up, had that 30% run, while GM kind of missed out on that. So I'm hoping that I can catch the run on the GM stock when they go more EV centric, meaning when there's more news on their EV vehicles. Right now there's a lot of good news with GM. Long term, I think GM will do really well with the EV play that they have, but I think there is going to be one of those run-ups, and I don't want to miss out on that. And so if I have to lose $500 in the meantime while I'm holding on to the calls, I'm okay with that. I don't really have a problem. Neo, opinions on WWR. Okay, meow meow, I am also going to go over WWR, and I do have something to show you. WWR is actually a part of this portfolio as well. Guys, for those of you guys who are not subscribers, consider becoming subscribers to the channel. Really quickly, hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and if you guys are getting value and making money, which I know a lot of you are, thank you once again for your support. Okay, PLTR, I'm not going to comment about PLTR. I think everybody who bought PLTR when it hit bottom at 25 is going to make a lot of money in 2021. I'm not going to go over ARK Invest. I'm not going to go over Cathy Wood. I'm not going to talk about all the amazing things that are happening with PLTR, just because I'm sure you guys are already aware of that. Okay, Exxon Mobil, I do think 2020 is the year for oil and gas. I do think Exxon Mobil is going to have a beautiful run up in 2021. Now, before I move on any further, disclaimer, I'm just a guy on YouTube. These are my investments. Just because I invest in these doesn't mean you have to. Do your own due diligence, and always only invest money that you guys are willing to lose, right? But that being said, you can see all of my investments right here and see where you can get in at a better point than me. So we had a couple of comments here, and I want to go over them really quickly. So Neo, I am down $720. So if anybody invested in Neo today, they would be in a better position than I am. Jumia had an amazing run up. BNGO, by the way, I sold at the high. I am going to buy BNGO again very soon. NNDM is probably my number one play, or is probably going to be my number one play for 2021. Now, I do have only 355 shares, which means even if it goes up to where I think it will this year, I'm not going to be super rich. Now, we are trying to get to $1 million with this portfolio, and we're not going to get there by investing in so many companies at the same time. So what we need to do is we need to invest larger dollar amounts in companies that we think are going to run like crazy in the short term. So that's something that's really important, and that's something that we are going to be doing. Okay, so just keep that in mind, because I am going to be talking about some of the ticker symbols that you guys mentioned in the chat, and I do want to go over those ticker symbols and where my money is going to be going in the remaining portion of 2021. Okay, So really quickly, by the way, open door. So I do have a small cap and a large cap. Let's just call it small cap and large cap favorite. My micro cap or small cap favorite is NNDM. My large cap favorite is none other than Open Door Technologies. And for those of you guys who know me and who know the channel, I believe in the jockey more than I believe in the company. So the jockeys for both of these companies are really good, and I really believe that they will do an amazing job. Okay, MLND, I'm not going to talk about NAK, I'm not going to talk about Clove. You guys know we already discussed that from the options, so I'm not going to discuss that too much right now. Nokia, Nokia is an interesting company. I do believe that they have a good 5G play, and we are going to be talking about 5G, as I do believe that 5G is a major runner in 2021. So Nokia, I don't have the other two companies that are part of the 5G portfolio. I may have sold them just because I saw a better opportunity elsewhere. Lightbridge, by the way, for those of you guys who are not invested in Lightbridge, I think this is a perfect time to jump in and invest in Lightbridge. Just quick 2 cents, I think. Okay, VGAC, I did see a comment on VGAC, and as you guys can see, I bought 500 shares and I'm currently losing $1,000. So VGAC was a big bet for me. I parked a lot of money relatively for this portfolio into VGAC. I do believe that VGAC is going to be one of those sleepers where no one talks about it, and all of a sudden it sees a huge rally, and then everybody's talking about it. Once the company that is supposed to go public via VGAC makes more announcements. So we do already have an announcement with VGAC, and I just think that there's not enough information out there in the market to give us the information that we need. Sana, also a very quiet company right now. They just went public not too long ago. I am losing $500 in Sana, but this is a very small investment compared to what I want to invest in this company. They have some really proprietary technology, and the fact that they have won awards in this niche is really good. It's really, really great, okay? A VXX, UVXY, every one of you should have a VXX equivalent or UVXY equivalent, just so you can track the volatility index. And you know what's going on in the market. When you lose money in these, that's actually a good sign, because that means the market is still relatively strong, right? And that's kind of where that's kind of what you want to see in the markets anyways. What else can I talk about? Sava, Fubo, GNOC, NGAC, Pace, Time. I was losing about $1,000 in Time not too long ago, and now I'm currently at $400. I do think Time is going to have an interesting run up. That being said, I actually do own some Time calls that I'm trying to get rid of so that I can buy the stock instead. Grow Generation is doing good. GHVI, how many of you guys are invested in GHVI, just out of curiosity? Let me know in the comments below how many of you guys are invested in GHVI. Also, how many of you guys are invested in AGTC? Okay, now WWR. WWR is actually, if you see here, I'm just going to quickly show you. WWR is a contributor to my portfolio. I do believe that it was going to have a run-up. However, it hasn't had the run-up that I had originally anticipated. So for those for Meow Meow's question, to answer that question, I think WWR is a great buy right now. It is actually triggering a buy for me. As you can see, my average cost on WWR was $10.63. The stock is currently sitting at $7.92. So if you are thinking about pulling the trigger on WWR, I would highly suggest you do some due diligence and take action quickly. What does everybody think about the future of the uranium market? Dr. K, that's a great question. I would like to also see some input on uranium. CLSK. Okay, Zabe, let me just quickly take a look at CLSK. My second monitor has stopped working. I'm not gonna talk about this right now, but if you are a member to my channel, or you know what, let's just talk about it. So for the members, this is something that I am going to tell you guys when I buy. CleanSpark is the ticker symbol for this week for me in this portfolio. So I am going to be investing a large amount of money relatively for this portfolio in CleanSpark tomorrow. You heard it first, and I'm telling you guys that I am going to be investing in CleanSpark. So Zabe, you bring this up, and I told you guys that I want to be transparent with you always. This is actually one of the most, in my opinion, I think this is going to be one of the most bought ticker symbol this week. And I think Naveen, you need a drum roll. There you go. That's a drum roll for you right here. Now you need to subscribe. Anyways, okay. So CleanSpark, guys, for those of you guys who are watching, is going to be a buy for me. One thing I would recommend is if you guys want live alerts on when I buy and sell stocks, I know we have members here that'll vouch for this. But if you guys become members to the channel, I don't know, there's a button like here somewhere to become a member of the channel. And if you become members to this channel, I do provide you guys with live alerts on when I buy and sell stocks every single day. I also provide you guys with pre-market and member-only content every single day if you guys become members. So consider becoming members to the channel. You'd be supporting me, you'd be supporting this community, and this community is absolutely amazing and awesome. Okay? Now, CleanSpark, back to CleanSpark. I really think that CleanSpark is undervalued at the moment just for the space that it is in. So, and the reason is that everything else is overvalued. So it's not really that CleanSpark is undervalued per se. It's just better value than the rest of the market. And with that being said, I don't actually see Bitcoin falling drastically or heavily to impact these stocks in a negative way long term. So I do believe that all of these stocks, the mining, blockchain, whatever it is, Riot, Mara, SOS, I do believe all of them are going to see significant growth in 2021. So if we want to get to $1 million, we are going to have to invest in the blockchain space in order to get there fairly quickly. Now, I wanted to talk about plans, right? So right now it's Feb, it's almost end of Feb, and we're not even at $200,000. So we should have been at around $180,000. We did get close to getting to $180,000, but if we're going to hit that $1 million mark, how is that going to happen? And my goal here is $1 million. Your goal could be 10 million, or it could be 100,000. Whatever it is, I'm here to talk strategy. I'm here to talk, how best are we going to be able to take advantage of what's happening next. So earnings season is almost complete. Once earnings season is done, there is going to be a little bit of a cool down period in the stock market. Is that the best time? Do you think that is the best time to get aggressive and start working towards that $1 million? Obviously, the past 2-3 weeks, they have not been the best for me to be able to make investments, just because the market has been moving sideways quite a bit. Now, with that being said, there is a strategy. So we do have a strategy on this channel to get to that $1 million, because currently the way my portfolio looks, I am too all over the place. So which means I'm too diversified to be able to genuinely get to that $1 million. So we are going to have to zone. Yes, Andrew, my goal for $1 million on this portfolio is by end of year. Yes. So we are the strategy that I have is going to have to be to zone down and to focus a little more on certain stocks. So we are going to have to start playing weights. We are going to have stocks that are going to be more weighted in this portfolio than other stocks, which means you may see me buy certain stocks that I do believe in, but the investment may be like $364. And there's a reason that I only invested $364 in the company. So as you see those, don't think that it's not a company that I don't believe in, or I didn't invest enough money in it. The only reason I'm doing that is because I have to weigh each company based on what I project their run up to be in 2021. And that is really the only way we're going to get to we're only going to get to $1 million in 2021. That's really, I think, in my opinion, the ultimate strategy to work towards that goal, right? We are going to have to weigh in on companies that I think are going to grow significantly. So that's something that, I just wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to post this live to make sure that we have some content for today and that we are prepared for tomorrow. And just like that, guys, I really enjoyed this. This one's going to be a quick one, and I will see you guys tomorrow with the portfolio end of day, and hopefully we are looking better than $165,000.